Last week we reported on the water levels at Burrinjuck. Well, the levels of Lake George are also up. These days it makes news if there's a pond or a puddle formed in the lake bed. But back in the day it was a big story when the lake could no longer sustain water skiing. This report from Peter Luck, circa 1970.
This is Lake George, about 25 miles north of Canberra. It could be the biggest natural lake in New South Wales, but it can also be the smallest. It's got a tendency to damage its reputation a bit by disappearing every now and then. It's dried up 3 times since 1832, and the last time was from 1928 until 1950. Well, now the lake's starting to evaporate again, and as the level of the lake goes down, 2 factions are forming. Firstly, they're the graziers, who've been paying their rates on this land since it last dried up. And then there are the fishermen and the speedboat enthusiasts who want to see the lake full, of course. Mr. George Granger leases land on the north end of Lake George. Last month he was able to put 100 more sheep on his property here. Mr. Granger, how long is it since you've seen that fence?
Oh, about 17 years.
How much of your land is showing, say?
Oh, approximately 200 acres.
And how much is still underwater?
About 1,300 acres underwater now.
When did you first get the land?
1932, this block.
Yeah. And since 32, what have you seen happen here?
Oh, wet and dry.
And how long would it take for the grass to grow again?
Oh, another 12 months.
And you're pretty happy about this, are you?
Yes.
The people most worried about the disappearing lake are the fishermen and the speedboaters. The speedboaters in particular, because they're not allowed on Lake Burley Griffin in Canberra. The Commodore of the Murrumbidgee Canberra Speedboat Club is Mr. Harry Bink. Harry, how long is it since the lake was up to here?
Well, the lake was up to here 2 years ago, and ever since that it's been all dropping all the time. It's down to about 10-foot drop now.
Those posts out in the middle, how tall would they be?
Well, they'd be about 4 foot of water they'd be in.
And what's this little box on wheels over here?
Well, that's our control tower. We call it Old Humphrey.
You've got to keep it mobile, do you? To follow
well,
the lake?
it does. It follows the water line. And last year it was way up here, and now gradually we moved it down there again. Well, we won't be able to use the lake anymore now for speedboats because it's too shallow now.
And what happens when the lake goes down? Do the farmers start putting up their fences again?
Yeah, well, the farmer down the back here now, who released the property off here, he's thinking about fencing that right across again now.
During the lake's history, numerous reasons have been given for its mysterious fluctuations, but a seminar in Canberra last year said without doubt evaporation was the cause. For almost all this century, there's been discussion about diverting a nearby river to keep the lake full. One group still advocating the plan for regulation is the anglers. One thing's for certain, unless there's a canal, a tunnel or some very heavy rain this year, history looks like repeating itself. Someone's going to get left high and dry.